The question hangs in the air like a challenge. Why are you so small? It is 1971, a private gymnasium in Los Angeles, not one of those gleaming commercial fitness centers with rows of chrome machines and mirrored walls stretching to infinity. This is a working space, bare bones, functional, a place where serious athletes come to train without distraction. Wooden floor scarred from years of use. Heavy bags suspended from exposed ceiling beams. Weight racks in the corner. The smell of sweat and leather. The sound of breathing, of effort, of bodies being pushed to their limits. Two men stand in the center of this space. The contrast between them is so extreme it seems almost comical, like a visual joke, like something from a cartoon where the artist exaggerated proportions for comedic effect. Except this is real. These are two real human beings, and the size difference is not a joke. It is a fact that cannot be ignored. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 72 in tall, 240 lb, 24 years old, the best basketball player in the world, Milwaukee Bucks center, unstoppable on the court. His signature skyhook is considered unblockable. He has just led his team to an NBA championship. His wingspan is longer than most people are tall. His hands can palm a basketball like it is an orange. When he stands next to normal-sized humans, they look like children. His perspective on the world is literally different from everyone else's. He sees the tops of heads. He ducks through doorways. He has to custom order everything. Clothes, shoes, cars, furniture. His size is not just a physical attribute. It is his entire existence. And standing in front of him looking up is Bruce Lee. 57 in tall, 135 lb, 31 years old, martial arts instructor, actor, philosopher. His body is lean, compact, every muscle visible and defined, but without bulk, without mass. He weighs less than half what Kareem weighs. The top of his head barely reaches Kareem's chest. If they were to fight in any traditional sport, any rule-based competition, the match would be considered absurd, unfair, impossible. A 7'2" giant versus a 57 lightweight. There is no weight class where this makes sense. No referee would allow it. But they are not here to compete in traditional sport. They are here because Kareem is curious, genuinely curious. He has heard about Bruce Lee, heard the stories, the speed, the philosophy, the claim that size does not matter in true martial arts. And Kareem wants to understand how can size not matter. Size has mattered his entire life. Size is the reason he dominates basketball. Size is what makes him special. So he has come to Bruce's training space to see for himself, to learn, to test this claim that seems to defy basic physics. They have been talking for 20 minutes. Bruce explaining concepts, leverage, balance, center line, energy, flow. Kareem listening but skeptical. It all sounds theoretical, philosophical words, but words do not change the fact that Kareem is a giant and Bruce is by comparison tiny. Finally, Kareem asks the question, the one that has been in his mind since he walked in. Why are you so small? There is no malice in the question, no mockery, just genuine confusion. Kareem's world is defined by size. In basketball, bigger is almost always better. Taller players have advantages. Longer reach, better rebounding, more intimidating defense. Kareem has built his entire career on being bigger than everyone else. So looking at Bruce, this man who claims to be a master of combat, Kareem cannot reconcile the size. If martial arts is about fighting, about defeating opponents, why would the master be so small? Should he not be 65, 250 lb? Should he not look like a heavyweight boxer? Bruce does not look offended by the question. He smiles. That slight knowing smile that people who train with him have learned means he is about to teach a lesson. I'm not small, Bruce says. You are just tall, and tall is not the same as effective. Kareem laughs not disrespectfully, just naturally, because that statement seems absurd. Come on, man. You are 57, I am 72. I weigh twice what you weigh in a real fight. Size has to matter. It has to. Bruce nods. You are right. Size matters, but not the way you think. Let me show you something. Stand naturally as you normally stand. Kareem stands his normal posture. Upright, shoulders back, head high because it is always high. There is nowhere to look but down. Bruce circles him slowly, studying. You are 72, that is 86 in. Your center of gravity is here. Bruce taps Kareem's waist about 43 in off the ground. My center of gravity is here. Bruce touches his own waist about 33 and 10 and lower than yours. That means I am more stable, harder to move, harder to unbalance. You are like a tall tree, impressive, strong, but the wind affects you more than it affects the bush. Kareem is not convinced, but I have reach. My arms are longer. I can hit you before you get close to me. Bruce nods again. True, your reach is longer, but reach is only useful if you know when to use it. And if your opponent cannot get inside your reach, come try to touch my head. Just touch it with your hand. Do not try to hurt me, just make contact. Kareem reaches out, his massive hand, palm open, moving toward Bruce's head. It should be easy. Bruce is standing right there in front of him, but as Kareem's hand descends, Bruce is not there anymore. He has moved, not far, just a shift. 45 degrees offline. Kareem's hand misses. Kareem tries again, adjusts his angle, reaches again. Bruce moves again. Minimal movement, just enough. Kareem tries a third time, faster, more committed. Bruce's body seems to flow around the reaching hand like water around a rock, never where the hand expects to be. Your reach is an advantage, Bruce says, but only if you can connect. And every time you reach for me, you expose yourself. Your arm extends. Your balance shifts forward. You become vulnerable. Watch. Bruce steps in. Suddenly, he is inside Kareem's reach, close to his body, where Kareem's long arms cannot generate power, where Kareem's height is not an advantage, but a liability. Bruce's hand touches Kareem's knee gently. Here, this is your weakness. Your knees support all your height, all your weight. 240 lb balanced on two joints. If I strike here with precision, your size works against you. The taller you are, the harder you fall. Kareem is starting to understand. But understanding intellectually is different from feeling it physically. Okay. Kareem says, I get the theory, but theory is not the same as reality. Could you actually take me down, really? Bruce's expression becomes serious. Yes, but I will not hurt you. You are my student now, and I do not hurt students, but I can show you if you want to feel it. Not pain, just control, just demonstration of principle. Kareem hesitates. Part of him wants to say no, wants to protect his ego. He is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, champion legend. But another part of him, the part that has always wanted to learn to understand, says, yes, show me. I want to know if this is real. Bruce positions Kareem. Stand naturally. Do not try to defend. Just stand as you normally stand. I will demonstrate 3 points of control, 3 ways to take down a giant. You will feel the principle. Then you will understand that size is not what you think it is. Kareem stands, tries to relax, but his body is tense, anticipating, wondering what is about to happen. Bruce moves. Not fast, not like an attack, just purposeful movement. His hands go to 2 points on Kareem's body. One hand on Kareem's wrist, the other hand on Kareem's elbow. The touch is light, almost gentle. But then Bruce applies pressure, not muscle pressure, leverage pressure. He is using the joints, using angles. Kareem feels his arm being controlled, being moved in a direction it does not want to go. He tries to resist, tries to use his strength, his size, but the angle is wrong. His power cannot apply. His elbow is being hyperextended. Not enough to injure, just enough to make his body respond, to make his knees bend, to make his balance shift. And suddenly Kareem is going down. Not thrown, not tripped, just guided. His own body responding to leverage that his size cannot overcome. 4 seconds. Kareem is on one knee looking up at Bruce, confused. How did that happen? He is twice Bruce's size. He should be able to resist, should be able to overpower, but he could not. The leverage was too precise, too perfect. Bruce releases the hold, extends his hand, helps Kareem back to his feet. That is point 1. Arm control, joint manipulation. Size does not matter when the joint is being moved past its natural range. Your elbow is the same as my elbow. Same mechanics, same limitations. Kareem stands. His mind is processing. That was not what he expected. Bruce continues. Point 2, let me show you balance disruption. Bruce positions himself again. This time his hands go to different points. One hand on Kareem's shoulder, one hand on Kareem's hip. Again, light touch. But then Bruce moves, pushes the shoulder, pulls the hip opposite directions. Kareem's body twists. His balance is gone. His height, which usually helps him see and react, now works against him. His center of gravity is too high, too far from the ground. He is tilting, falling. He tries to step to catch himself, but Bruce's hands are guiding, controlling. Kareem goes down again, this time onto both knees, controlled descent. No pain, just demonstration. 8 seconds total. Twice Bruce has taken down a 72 giant. Kareem is breathing heavier now, not from physical exertion, from mental exertion, from trying to understand how this is possible. Bruce helps him up again. That is point 2, balance disruption. Your height is impressive, but it also means your balance is more difficult to maintain. You are a tower. Towers are stable only when their foundation is perfect. Move the foundation and the tower falls. Kareem is quiet, absorbing. Bruce gives him a moment, then says, point 3, the last one. This one you will feel even more. Are you ready? Kareem nods. He needs to see all of it, needs to understand completely. Bruce positions himself one more time. This time he goes low. His hands go to Kareem's knees, both knees, and he applies pressure, not a strike, not a kick, just precise pressure to the inside of the knee, to the tendon, to the support structure that holds Kareem's massive frame upright. Kareem feels his legs going weak, not from pain, from mechanics, from the precise application of pressure to the point that controls leg stability. His knees buckle, his body descends, and Bruce guides him down, controlled, safe, until Kareem is sitting on the floor, looking up, breathing hard, mind racing. 12 seconds total, 3 takedowns, 3 demonstrations. 0 violence, 0 injury, just pure technique, pure understanding of body mechanics, pure proof that size, while impressive, is not the determining factor in combat. Bruce sits on the floor next to Kareem. They are closer to the same eye level. Now you asked why I am so small, Bruce says. I'm not small. I am efficient. Size is one tool, but it is not the only tool, not the most important tool. You are 72. That is your gift, but it is also your limitation because you have relied on it your whole life. You have never had to learn how to fight someone bigger than you because there is no one bigger than you. But I have fought people bigger than me my entire life. I have had to learn to adapt, to understand that victory does not come from size. It comes from understanding, from precision, from knowing where to apply force and where not to. Kareem sits there on the floor of a gym, his entire worldview shifting. He has been the biggest person in every room for most of his life, and he assumed that made him safe, made him powerful, made him unbeatable in physical confrontation. But in 12 seconds, Bruce has shown him that size is not armor, not protection, not dominance. It is just a characteristic, and like any characteristic, it can be used or exploited depending on who has the knowledge. Teach me, Kareem says, not a request, almost a plea. Teach me what you know. Bruce smiles. That is why you are here, not to challenge me, but to learn from me. And I will teach you, but understand I am not teaching you to fight. I am teaching you to understand, to see combat as physics, as geometry, as human mechanics. You will always be 72. That will never change. But you can learn to use that height with intelligence instead of assumption. Over the next 2 years, Kareem becomes one of Bruce's most dedicated students. He trains regularly, learns techniques designed for someone with his unique body, learns how to use his reach effectively, how to protect his knees, how to maintain balance despite his height, and more importantly, he learns philosophy, learns to see the world through Bruce's eyes, to understand that limitations are only limitations if you do not understand how to work with them. When Bruce Lee dies in 1973, Kareem is devastated. He has lost a teacher, a friend, someone who saw past the celebrity, past the size, who saw Kareem as a student worthy of knowledge. In the years that follow, Kareem speaks often about Bruce, about the day he asked why Bruce was so small, about the 12 seconds that changed his understanding of strength. Bruce taught me that size is not power, Kareem says in interviews. True power is understanding. I was 72, but in that gym on that day, I was the smallest person in the room because I knew the least. Bruce was 57, but he was a giant because he understood what I did not. The lesson remains: size impresses. Size intimidates. Size creates advantage in many situations, but size does not guarantee victory, does not guarantee control, does not guarantee understanding. A 72 giant learned that lesson in 12 seconds. Learned it from a man 75 pounds lighter. learned it through leverage and precision and knowledge accumulated over 30 years, and the world learned alongside him. That true mastery is not about being bigger. It is about being better, about knowing more, about understanding that every advantage comes with a disadvantage, and every weakness can be turned into strength if you have the knowledge to see.